Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, live from Michigan as Carson Hocevar continues to lead over Corey Heim. 107 laps to go, 12 laps to go in stage number 1. So what exactly is Corey Heim doing right now? Is he trying to figure things out for later in the race?
You got to believe that he is right now, right? We've seen him on the back bumper of Carson Hocevar a number of times and looking like he can potentially make that move. As we see lap traffic, very dicey right now for these guys trying to pick the right lane, where to go, what to do to stay right there with your competition if you're Corey Heim, or to try and get a little bit of a gap if you're Carson Hocevar. But Jamie, what we're seeing there is these guys maybe trying to get themselves separated from some of the other trucks just a little bit, push themselves out ahead of the pack a little bit. And now we're to that part of a run, 20 laps in, where maybe handling characteristics are getting worse. You're finding out if your truck's loose, you're finding out if your truck's tight, Michael, and that can play a factor in how you race the rest of this stage.
Connor Mozak did a great job of taking advantage of that traffic. And look, he's closed in on those two leaders. But this is also another breaking news of the day. Raja Karuth is now not in the free pass position, so that's a bind for him. He needed an early caution to get back on the lead lap. How he handles this next pit stop will be interesting to see, because he's got good pace, but now Raja will not get back on the lead lap when the caution flies here at the end of this stage or before.
Let's get an update on Ty Majeski back in 6th, Caitlin.
Yeah, so far so good for him. I had a chance to talk with Ty, of course, our defending champion. I talked with him about the struggles he's had so far this season. He said it's been a really challenging year, but he told me this is the highs and lows of racing. He said 6 months ago, we were king of the series, of course, as the champion, hoisting the trophy. Now he's yet to win this season. But he said this team usually does come alive in the summer months. So he told me he anticipates that will be the case this year. But he said if we had gone through a slump like this several years ago, I probably would have been down on myself, questioning my talent, questioning the team. But he said with this group, that never happens. He's very confident things will start to move in the right direction. And today, they're right now occupying that 5th spot. Jamie?
Yeah, and that's a great point. He's had 6 finishes outside the top 10, but this team, this was kind of a duplicate of what we saw last year. I mean, ThorSport, it is kind of their MO. They wait till the summer months, things heat up, and then they start winning. And it wasn't until race number 15 last year, Michael, that ThorSport went to victory lane.
Yeah, and you can see how the seasons have started. The last two, not a whole lot to brag about, but yet he won the championship, so they can overcome a whole lot of obstacles. And I like what I'm seeing today, Regan. We saw it in qualifying with all the speed from ThorSport, and now that speed's translating to the race as well, as there's a couple of those trucks up in the top 5 in Luke Finhouse and Ty Majeski.
Yeah, and if you look at Ty Majeski, right, the beauty about him as a driver, that is a blue-collar driver right there. He is a workhorse. He knows every part and piece that's on that truck. He knows how to describe it to his team to help make that truck better, how to fix it if something's not exactly where they want it. And I think that's why you'll see his trend line continue to get better as the year goes, much like last year, Jamie. By the time we got to Phoenix for the championship, this team was lights out when we got there, and he's a big part of that.
They were. Well, Chandler Smith, the driver that started on the last row, he had problems in qualifying up to 13th. What are you hearing, Josh?
Well, Jamie, you know, despite having 2 wins on the season for Chandler Smith, his big thing is consistency, especially during this last 6-race stretch. Of course, it's nice to win, but he's also got 4 finishes of 13th or worse during that stretch. And he told me, we just need to even things out right now. He was really excited about coming to this racetrack. Of course, had the issue in qualifying with the tire going down, but he's one of the biggest movers on the day so far. His only complaint with the truck says he needs more front turn.
I have a feeling in about 6 laps we're going to be seeing a busy pit road with lots of adjustments for these trucks.
Yeah, the more experienced you are, Jamie, the better that those adjustments will affect your truck. These drivers, such as Chandler Smith, who has a ton of NASCAR experience, he knows what he's looking to feel. He's able to talk to his crew chief, his team, and they can make decisions based on his feedback because he has so much experience.
And something else to keep in mind for a guy like Chandler Smith or even Ross Chastain, both of whom have come from the back towards the front right now, they've had to work their equipment harder than maybe some of the guys at the front that can run the lane just like they want to. They've had to ask for a little bit more out of those tires, and that can affect the handling balance. And sometimes you get further up in the field, the handling's going to change again. So they want to get as far forward as quick as they can so they can get a good read on what it's going to be later in the race.
Well, Grant Enfinger was up there in the mix for a bit. He's in 15th now. Let's listen in on his radio, what he's dealing with.
Too tight in third gear. the bottom and clean air. I'm okay, but too tight in dirty air. Everybody else is in dirty air. They're going backwards.
That's Jeff Stankwitz, the crew chief. He's reporting what his issues are, too. I told you that's another experienced veteran. He's able to tell exactly what he needs. The spotter's saying that no one else is doing very good in dirty air either. We see these guys zigging and zagging when they get to the corner. If one guy goes low, the other guy goes high.